It's Thursday, June 24th, and you're tuned in to the TNIAB podcast. I'm Vince.
I'm Anthony.
And this is the Geek Chic Culture Show. We talk about all the cool things in the whole wide world. If Anthony's a little distracted this episode, it's because the Steam Summer Sale has just arrived, and he is currently allocating his budget accordingly.
Yeah, I'm looking through the fucking wish list, and I'm like, you know what? I don't need to eat next week. I could, what is it, like 10 days without food you can survive?
Hold on. Like, you say that, because I know for normal people that's a thing.
Yeah.
But how much money do you really save by not eating? Because you don't eat!
I eat! What are you talking about?
No, TJ's here. TJ knows. You come over and we're like, did you eat today? No.
Yeah, but I ate when I came over.
I bought an iced coffee for $1.
Yeah, that's $1.
So if you don't eat for the next week, what do you save? $7?
Bro, there's $5 games in the wish list. Look, I could get Towerfall Ascension, $3.
Sometimes, like, I feel sorry for the kids who are like, I gotta live on that cup noodle life. But for you, that's like luxury.
Yes, dude, cup noodle. Listen, I got some QP mayo recently, and I've been like making.
You got nothing to use it on.
I've been making my own sauce with the instant noodle. I got the Indomie noodle. Got some pepper flake, some pepper powder.
Yeah.
Mix that in with some sesame seeds, some sesame oil.
Mm-hmm.
The QP mayo. Mix it all together. Make a nice little hot sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Throw a soft boiled egg in there. It's pretty good.
Okay, I believe you.
A little bougie, but
no, that's just regular.
what are you talking about? It's a little bougie.
It's a regular.
Regular is if I just ate the Indomie noodles, no seasoning, just noodle.
No.
Just raw noodle. That's...
No.
I'm stressing.
Yeah, that's raw dogging it. Anyways. Yes.
Listen, if I don't get iced coffees, I can get the Xbox 360 Classic Bullet Witch, which is $6 now. Are you looking up Bullet Witch?
No. I'm telling Blaven that we're buying Borderlands.
Okay. See, I could afford Borderlands. That's $5 towards Borderlands.
Yeah. So
you don't need to eat 3 meals a day. Come on. What am I doing?
Bro, what?
What am I doing? 1 meal a day, 1.5, you're set to go.
I have like 3 solid meals and then like 3 half meals.
Yeah, but you're also doing like 5 centurions an hour.
Well, duh.
you're cycling like 600 kilometers a day.
Bruh, you gotta fuel.
Okay, but I'm not. I'm sitting in front of a computer reading the Odyssey.
Whose fault is that?
My school's fault and society's fault for making me need a university
What are you
degree.
talking about?
Society's
You're at home.
Society's fault.
You're at home. I know you have the time to go out and do whatever else.
Society's fault. Homework's tough, man.
Don't blame it on school.
I'm blaming it on society.
Don't do that. Don't be that guy.
I'm blaming it on capitalism, bro.
Don't be that guy. But you know what? Let's talk about our favorite guy.
Who's our favorite guy?
Paul Chu.
Okay, I guess.
With a question to chew on. And he says, what are your hipster, quote unquote, I knew them before they were cool picks? Unlike last week, these don't have to necessarily be something that you now hate because everyone else now loves them. This can just be a nice way to flex your being ahead of the world, or just your world, when it comes to these things. This can extend to any part of your life. Early adopter of HD television, for example, the first person to see the value in a streaming service, where you trying to convince everyone to watch Studio Ghibli movies, etc.
Every single... for the past 10 years.
Yes.
Every single music artist I pick is best song of the year.
Nope.
Because, like, I want to say almost every single one that you've been like, that's a hipster pick, dog, has become somewhat, if not very famous.
No.
That's it. That's one pick. That's it. That's the one. It's truth. It's facts.
That's your only hipster pick? That's the only thing you got?
No, there's some other stuff in there, but I thought we were going back and forth, a little...
I think Anthony has the opposite of the hipster pick.
What?
Like he's hanging on to the things that used to be cool still.
But then they eventually come around and
No.
then they're cool again.
Anthony,
Listen, I'm gonna buy a jean jacket.
The iPod is not coming back.
It's coming back, baby.
No, it's not. As the only person in the room who actually owns and uses Apple products on a daily basis, the iPod is not coming back.
I use an Apple product on a daily basis.
The iPod is not on Apple's website anymore.
It's still supported by iTunes.
No, iTunes not even a thing anymore.
What are you talking about? I have iTunes on my computer.
It's not a thing. It's not on the app. You go to apple.com, there's no iTunes.
I update it
it's
every
Apple
once in a while.
Music. That's it.
I update
That's
iTunes every
it.
once in a while.
That's it. Hipster pick? I don't know if I have a hipster pick. I have early adopter syndrome where I jump on something too early before everyone understands it.
Yeah, you were a Zune man.
I did have the Zune. I did have the Zune. And the Zune was cool.
It's hard to do the hipster pick because, like, yeah, you could be early to something, but it also has to then become popular afterwards. Like, I was early to my Essential phone, but nobody bought this phone, even though I still think it's a fucking rad phone.
Like, I was on the first Android device when it launched back in 2009, I think, or 2008. I gave up my iPhone for it. I think it was the HTC G1 or something. You remember that phone, DJ? Yeah, I had that. It was shit. But I kept it for a year, and then I went back to an iPhone.
You know what we could both say?
What?
Anime.
No.
Anime wasn't cool when we were young. What are you talking about?
Anime was hella cool when we were young.
No, yeah, in like the smallest of circles. But now,
what are you talking
kids
about?
on 16-year-olds on TikTok are all like, bro, Tsunade is bae.
Do you know why you can't say anime?
Why?
Because Pokemon is like the biggest franchise in the world.
Yeah, but it's not in the same...
You know what else is the biggest franchise?
You
know what is universally recognized?
The anime culture.
Dragon Ball.
The anime culture is
like
different.
You know what else? Sailor Moon. So like I can't say that like...
Yeah, those are the big three that kicked it off, right? There's like, hey...
And that's what I'm saying. So like I can't be like, oh yeah, I was into anime before it was cool. No, I was into anime when anime was anime.
No, you were into anime, but just before.
No,
it was coming. You were on the cutting edge, the bleeding edge.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's tough. What else could there have been?
I don't know. I was super on the bandwagon for wireless headphones, like immediately.
Yeah, and those are still shit.
Whoa. Whoa. I think I'm the only one in this room who has a subscription to a music service.
I have a Spotify account.
No, I mean, like, yeah, but you don't actually use it.
I listen to podcasts on it sometimes.
So you don't use Spotify then?
What are you talking about? I use it. I use the free web player to listen to the Joe Rogan podcast.
Oh, you listen to that?
Yeah, once in a while when he has like science guests on. I'm not as on it as I was when he was on YouTube.
Dude, man, you're such a Chad.
I know.
You're such a fucking
Yo, bro,
Chad.
let me tell you about DMT.
Such a fucking Chad. Bro. That's the worst podcast.
What are we talking about?
The Joe Rogan podcast?
I was
worst.
on the Joe Rogan podcast before it was cool.
I will admit it was always cool
Yeah.
to be listening to, but it's also the worst podcast.
What are you talking about? It's the sickest podcast.
No,
it's
Joe
just
Rogan's a meathead.
Yeah, it's just a fucking gorilla being like, "Hello, smart man, tell me about the COVID," and then he's like, "Other smart man, tell me opposite. Are you lying to me, smart man?"
Joe Rogan's nothing, man.
Hell yeah, he's like a Neanderthal trying to talk into the future. But it's fantastic.
Oh, it's awful. It's awful. It's awful. It's awful. I do not. If you guys listen to that, that's great. I can't stand by.
Bro, you're the ultimate Chad on this podcast. You're the one who works out daily.
Yeah, but I'm also the one who's like fucking neck deep into like equipment that I clearly don't need.
What are you talking about?
Like tech equipment that I spend money.
Yeah, okay. You can't all be winners, right? There's no perfection. There's no perfect person.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really think of too much else.
Yeah, most of my stuff is music. Like when I get into a band, like even if they gain mild success, like even when I talk to like my other friends, where I'll just be like, "Oh, hey, this band's really good. Check them out." And then they'll be like, "Whatever, all your hipster shit." And like 2 years later, they'll be like, "Have you heard of this band?" I'm like, "Fuck you, you fucking bitch." Like, actually, most recently was intermittent fasting.
That was what you were into before everyone.
My parents were like, "Hey, Anthony, we're trying this new thing. It's called intermittent fasting." And I'm like, "I told you to do this like 3 years ago." And they're like, "What? No, you didn't do whatever." I'm like, "Never listen, ever. The fuck?"
Parents are trying to lose weight and getting fit.
Yeah, they're trying. Then now that they realize I've been locked in the house for a year, they're like,
just tell them about the most effective workout method.
Peloton Plus.
No. Eat less. Work out more.
No, they can't do that.
It's a simple math equation.
They can't do that.
A minus B
calories
equals
in,
C.
calories out.
Yeah,
Is that
man.
what you're saying?
Like, that's it.
Bro, I just saw a TikTok on
That's
that.
it.
Apparently that's racist now.
Oh, shit.
Yo, critical race theory told me that calories in, calories out is
Oh,
racist. So.
man. Damn,
I don't know,
homie.
man.
Damn, homie. I guess I gotta get my facts checked. Oh, man.
Yeah, I didn't realize you were conservative. You know?
Oh, fuck. Okay, well, great. Well, I don't know. I guess that's all that we got. Yeah. I don't know if, I don't think I've ever been like I have a hipster pick.
Yeah.
I've just been unfortunately cursed as the early adopter to everything. But yes, I guess that's that. Thanks for writing in, Paul.
Thanks, Paul.
This week we're talking about a couple things, but it's been a while since you did a review.
It has been. It's been a little bit.
Specifically an anime review. So we're talking about an anime this week.
So you said that this came out last season?
Yeah, it must have been.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Last season in Japan.
Oh, in Japan. But here...
Because when you told me it was on Netflix, I'm like, there's no way Netflix does one episode a week.
Yeah.
So I guess this came out last season in Japan. Because I know the other one that came out, I think last season was Shaman King, and I was waiting for because that's also a Netflix thing. And
yeah, you gotta wait for that too. Yeah,
you gotta wait, and I don't know if that one they're doing like a 24 run, but
I think that might have been a 24 run.
Okay, so yeah. Anyways, the anime we're talking about is Record of Ragnarok. And if that sounds familiar, it's because Anthony's actually read the manga and he's been talked about it multiple times on this podcast.
Yeah.
A couple months ago.
Yeah,
I believe.
it was a couple months ago now. Yeah, beginning of the year maybe.
Yeah, I remember when you were on it.
January, February.
I remember you were telling me all about it, and tell me again.
So Record of Ragnarok. Basically, imagine a world where celestial beings, like gods, all of them exist.
Mm-hmm.
Like Norse mythology is a thing. Christianity is a thing. What is it? Like Asura and like that whole Hinduism is a thing. I was trying to figure out the word there. And they all exist. They all come together in one tribunal, and they're like, "Hey, bro, these humans, dog, they fucking suck. All right, we gave them the earth, and over like the millennias, they are now killing themselves. They're polluting their own oceans. They're at war with each other all the time. Honestly, we should just get rid of them." And so they have a vote to get rid of them. And before Zeus, the cloud bringer, brings down the mighty hammer to eradicate all of humanity, one of the Valkyries, Brunhilde, shows up. And she's like, "Hey, whoa, hey, guys, whoa. I invoke the tournament of Ragnarok." And all the gods are like, "Bro, come on. They can't beat us. We're gods. They can't touch us for shit."
Mm-hmm.
And then Brunhilde's like, "Oh, man, like, I invoked battle, and you guys avoided a fight with humans? I guess that means you're a bunch of chickens." And then the gods are like, "Fuck that shit, we're gonna fight."
That's exactly what happens.
Yeah, that's exactly verbatim what happens in the first episode. And so they start a 13-on-13 battle, where it is the greatest warriors from every religion, the greatest gods to fight each other, and the greatest humans to ever live over the span of however long humans have been around.
Yes.
And then they fight. Tournament arc. The whole show's a tournament arc.
Yep.
And we watched the first 4 episodes.
Yes, we did.
Because we watched the intro, and then the episodes 2 to 4 are the first fight. The first arc, I guess. The first battle. And yeah, so the first fight is Lu Bu versus Thor. And Vince, what did you think about it? Because I've talked about this show before in the manga, but like, what did you think about the show now that you've seen it?
So when you talked about it, like when it was a manga, it seemed pretty interesting. Like simple but interesting.
Hell yeah!
You know, like there's not really much to it.
Very simple.
And I do like the concept of it. The setup is, ridiculous.
It's tournament arc.
Yeah. And the characters or whatever. I don't know how I feel about the art style. Like it's good.
Yeah.
But there's parts of it that are kind of just weird. Like it seems very inconsistent at times, and I don't quite like it. Like it's strange. Nothing about it is memorable to look at. They look like anime characters, I guess.
Yeah. Like when they bring it's also like you said it before, you're like, wow, that's anime Thor.
Yeah.
Like they take some characteristic liberties with
Yeah.
these like legends, right?
And like I know like a part of it has to do with recent years. You know, when I think of Thor, I think of Chris Hemsworth. But even then, like
Mhm.
when you think of Thor, you think of the Marvel Thor. Like there's definitely other depictions of Thor, but the way that they've decided to design their version of the God of Lightning here
Yeah.
is something else.
He's the prettiest god of lightning I've ever
He
seen.
is tall and thin with long red hair.
In every muscle possible.
Like I didn't know. Yeah, because like I guess the fun part is when they introduce the characters, you kind of want to guess, and like they don't even try to hide this guy's identity,
Mhm.
but and by that I mean they show his full character model, but you're like, ooh,
Still, I'm looking
like,
at it, but
I don't get, like I don't know. Even this hammer, you're like, that's supposed to be the hammer. Like, what is that?
so I will say that Thor is kind of the
Outlier?
only one that looks like that,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Maybe because they mentioned the list, right?
Yeah.
So Poseidon is in there. Maybe Poseidon.
Okay.
But other than that, everyone kind of looks like what you
You're
would
right.
imagine.
You're right, because you know when they show his opponent who is Lu Bu, I'm like, ah, yeah, that's Lu Bu.
That's Lu Bu.
That's Lu Bu.
He looks like a mean motherfucker. He's
Yeah,
got sharp
he does.
teeth.
He does. Yeah, so we watched 4 episodes, and yeah, like the concept's cool. Like I like it. It's simple. It's easy to get into. I just hated watching every minute of it.
Wait, what? What are we talking about?
And it's not. I don't know if this is the way it plays out in the manga, but in the anime, all the show is exposition. Like it is exposition 100%. And for the 5 seconds they show the people, it's just a whole bunch of sick poses and grunting. But when it comes to actual action, there is none. And like that's the reason I wanted to watch this. But there literally are no fights.
Yeah.
Like there are 0 action sequences. Imagine watching Dragon Ball as a kid and you know how in Dragon Ball you wait 15 episodes for the fight to happen? You get to that episode where the fight's supposed to happen, but the camera pulls out and all you see is a giant explosion, and then you're like, here's your winner.
So this is where I think the anime should have taken some liberties with the way they position the fights. Because the Lu Bu Thor fight is by far the weakest fight in the whole show.
Of course you're gonna tell me that.
No, it is. Because that whole thing was like, hey, humans with help from the gods, because how they explain humans being able to harm gods is that all the Valkyries, because there's multiple Valkyries, they transform themselves into weapons for the heroes, right?
Okay.
And this whole thing was supposed to be like explosive power versus explosive power, just one shots. I want to say in the whole fight, over the 3 episodes of the fight, there were probably like 5 actual hits.
Yeah.
Because it's all just explosive power, explosive power,
Yeah,
explosive
yeah,
power.
yeah.
And there are different ones. So like the next fight is like more.
Okay, just tell me who the fight is, because I don't really care.
It's Adam versus Zeus.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
It is the almighty god versus
The first human.
the closest to God.
Yeah, yeah.
File 0000.
The sinless human.
The sinless human, basically.
Yeah, okay, got it.
And so theirs is all like pugilist shit, like
Okay.
just straight up punching each other. It's way more fighting. After that, it's was it Sasaki Kojiro, who was like Miyamoto Musashi's rival,
Yeah.
versus Poseidon.
Yeah.
And their whole thing is just like, okay, we're both geniuses and we gotta plan like 17 bajillion moves ahead and like that kind of shit. And each fight has its own gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't like overwhelming power, you're not gonna like this first fight.
No, I like overwhelming power. I just would rather see more of it happen in action. And I think, like, one of the complaints I saw about this anime, just in the general community, was like its animation is awful. And to be fair to the animation isn't awful. It's just the things they've decided to animate are not really of any interest. Like the most animation that goes on is with the announcer. Like he has all the emotion. Like if you want to talk about character and emotion and like multiple frames, it's all in the announcer blowing the horn.
Was it Heimdall?
Yeah,
blowing
it's
the
also
Gjallarhorn?
there's also way more animation in the audience members who are playing as, I guess, who I guess like you seen the eyes of the fight,
Mm.
they have way more expressiveness in animation, and just I feel like why was so much budget put into the sidelines and
Yeah.
not the main event? And there's a moment in episode 2 where they do the what do you-
Thor, like where he charges up.
no no no
That one?
when they talk about Thor's backstory,
Yeah.
and it's a flashback sequence, but his flashback sequence is done as a motion comic,
Yeah.
and it is so painful to watch.
It's so weird. So that back, like, so whenever they do was it flashbacks? I kept saying backflash.
Yeah.
Flashbacks. Even especially in that one,
Yeah.
they did it in like this, in the manga at least, in this really cool style where you, like, you know, on Greek urns they'd have like the little paintings and stuff depicting like Hercules
Kind of,
doing
yeah,
his trials or whatever.
yeah.
That kind of stuff. They did it like that, and it looks super sick. And here they're just like, what if we just did the show, but it was like 2 frames every 2 minutes? It's like,
Yeah,
bro,
and
come on.
And like, I wouldn't have minded if it was like a 30-second thing, but it's half the episode,
yeah,
and it is just painful to like drudge through.
it's a little rough.
And so I imagine reading the manga actually erases all these issues, because at the end of the day, it just ends up being like uneven pacing.
Yeah, so like here's like when they do the background of the Valkyries and stuff, and so
Yeah.
they do it in like this classical Greek style,
Yeah.
and it looks super sick, but they just don't translate that to the anime, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, so like again, like I think the concept is there. Like I think it's there. I mean, if what you say is what you say, like it's just this first battle that is a lot of the specificities of my complaints are isolated here,
Mhm.
then maybe I'll check out the rest.
There
but,
are
like,
still flashbacks,
Yeah.
and stuff like that in the
Yeah.
later episodes, but I don't remember them being as
Yeah.
brutal as
the only thing is like this is 4 episodes in, and if this is not indicative of what the rest of the show is, then like I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, like it's hard to believe that the show is gonna change that.
Mhm.
Like, don't get me wrong, I'd love to be proven wrong.
Yeah.
And I have seen it happen in some shows, but I don't know, man. This one's weird.
It's super weird. Like I came on here, as much as I love the series, I wanted to come on here to just complain.
Oh,
Because this is the fight of, we are, yeah, like I said, we are 2 just muscly dudes. We're bros doing bro shit.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna punch each other with the biggest attacks possible at all times. Right? And they do such a poor job of animating that shit. Like, especially when Thor does his attack where he throws the hammer, catches it, and like does like the spin, the centrifugal force. Like, they barely show any that should have been, they should have taken all the budget they saved from the flashback and put it all into him just spinning. Like, it should have just been like every frame is super detailed.
yeah.
And shit
yeah.
like that. It's really weird.
Like, don't get me wrong, I love the stupidity of some of their like attacks and just how it all comes together.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wish the show focused more on that and
Mhm.
gave me more
Mhm.
of like the dumbass shit.
Yeah, I think they really dropped the ball when it came to A, depicting the flashbacks, and B, just putting more emphasis on that.
Yeah.
Because look how cool that shit looks. Like, they just did it in like hieroglyphic Greek shit. It looks cool.
Yeah. Like, if they did that like in like a flash really fast,
Yeah.
like, I would have been down for that, but that flashback sequence. But as it is, it looks like a super budget Attack on Titan ripoff, and I was just
Yeah.
like,
Mm.
what is this?
Yeah. It's a little rough. I think that they did a disservice to the show by just extending that fight out so long. That fight could have been 2 episodes.
Yeah, I don't know why it was 4.
Yeah, well, 3, because the first episode's just the intro to the
Oh, to them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
that fight could have been 2 episodes. I don't know why they extended it out that much, but yeah, it kind of sucks because I love this series so much,
Mm-hmm.
and it's unfortunately one of the things where I'm like, deserves better. maybe the complainers on the Zoomer complainers on Reddit are right. Maybe UFO Table has to do everything.
No, you know who needs to do this? It's Mappa. Because like when we were when you wanted to watch this, I was like, when I walked into this anime, what I was hoping to see was God of High School.
Oh yeah, that would have been
like,
cool too.
That's the same shit. Tournament arc. Who cares about the story? Sick fights. And God of High School, for as much as like people will say that it's not a good anime, I still stand by it being like the coolest fights last year. They have some of the wickedest scenes and sequences.
So yeah, I'm so sad. I'm so sad that those first couple episodes were. So here's the spoiler. I'll watch the whole thing.
Oh my god.
And some of the other fights, it's a flop. So like a lot of the Adam fights look fucking sick. Some of the Kojiro fights when they go back into like his flashbacks and stuff are kind of just like it's almost as bad as the Lubu flashbacks, but no, like nothing touches how lengthy the Lubu shit is, which kind of sucks. And I really wish they just condensed that fight into like 2 episodes and just rolled with it.
So you watched all 12 episodes. Is it like done?
No.
Oh.
So no, 12 episodes. No, of course not.
I don't know.
So they get through 3 fights in 12 episodes.
Oh, okay.
And they stop. Like I was talking to Blaven about it. He wanted to see the 4th fight, which involves one of his favorite heroes, Hercules.
Yeah. And
he's just like, you telling me that the next fight, the next season is this? You fuck? Like, I'm like, hell yeah. Read the manga, dog. Like, stops just before.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It's hard to recommend the anime because that first 4 episodes is a fucking slog. But I do think the series has potential. Okay. So if you're interested in this, like the anime, the Netflix anime is not so bad that it's not like don't watch it, but it is definitely meme worthy of Netflix adaptation where it's fucking bootleg Mickey Mouse or whatever, like that thing. It just kind of sucks. Okay. That's it.
Great. Well, there you go. Record of Ragnarok. Check it out or don't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it still is worthy of checking out, but the manga is better.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't read.
What? You don't read?
I don't.
You read every day. You're reading fucking logs and Mass Effect all day.
That's true. That's true. I need my reading to have color.
I remember one time I had brought a manga to work.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, Anthony, what are you reading?" I'm like, "Oh, I bought this comic book or whatever."
Yeah.
And she's like, "That doesn't count as reading."
Ooh.
And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, "It's not a book. It's got pictures in it." I'm like, "Hey, could you read what this person said in the chapter here?" And she's like, "Shut up. You know what I mean."
Oh boy.
That's a fun debate with like book nerds who are like comics aren't literature or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think I always avoid that debate, but the one that always like people always bait me into, not bait me like purposely, but like I can't walk away without like having a word is like the one where someone tells me like, "Oh, I don't watch fiction." I'm like, oh, "Okay, why?" It's like, because it's a waste of time. I'm not learning anything.
I haven't heard that one.
Because they're like, I'd rather watch a documentary or like something like real, right? And I'm like, why? She's like, because it's real. I'm not learning anything if it's fiction. I'm like, so, and then it's the whole idea of like they don't believe in escapism or like
that's such a garbage argument.
Or like the idea that like you cannot like learn to lean into your own imagination.
Yeah.
And
also,
it's like
what?
Whoa.
Even beyond that, like fiction is some of the best places to learn.
Yeah.
Right? Because you can create scenarios that are specific for whatever lesson you're trying to.
Exactly. But
that's so dumb.
But some people like, and I tell you, like, I've met so many people like this, and it takes everything I have in me to not just
you're dumb.
Yeah, like to just run in there and be like dumbass. Like, but it's like never worth it. Like the argument is never worth it.
I know I have that issue when it comes to mediums. So certain mediums,
fair enough,
I would rather have nonfiction. So like if it's a book,
yeah,
chapters, no pictures, that kind of shit, it's all nonfiction all the time. But I would never want to read like a graphic novel that is the history accurate details of World War II.
I was gonna say, right? You don't want that. You don't want V-Day in graphic novel form.
Yeah, I don't want that. Like I would want like the more fantastical version of D-Day, where it's D-Day squared and it's like there's a different dimension under the beach or some shit.
Fair enough. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's just one of my daily
That's
struggles.
ridiculous.
Yeah, that's it.
Who's saying that shit?
Listen, there's a lot of people like that out there.
We gotta fight some people.
Wild.
Oh my god.
It's wild. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, it's just a waste of time to watch a TV show. It's like, dude.
Well, that's a different argument.
No. I
don't like watching
No,
TV.
but the argument being that like,
because it's not a documentary.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking
right.
It's so stupid.
Yeah,
that's so dumb.
Like it's not a documentary or it's not something based in nonfiction.
There are whole like sections of education dedicated to like Greek fiction.
Yeah.
Because of how much you can learn from it. Like, fuck off.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like, fuck off.
So, it's a wild argument. Anyways, let's talk about some picks this week. I gotta open it up because, like, I saw something and I was just like, dude, how am I not gonna talk about this?
All right.
Transformers, the movie series, is back.
Oh, I fucking forgot you posted this. Oh, my
Bro.
God.
Next
Is it Michael Bay?
I don't know. There's some details. I have not read anything except the title. I know there's details out for that, but I don't want to know.
What was the title again?
Rise of the Beasts, Anthony.
Oh my god.
The Autobots and Decepticons are being met by the Maximals and the Predacons.
Oh
the
my
Beast
God.
Wars are here.
I saw someone was like, here's an edit for the Canadians, and it was welcome to the Beasties or whatever.
Yeah. Rise of the Beasties.
Rise of the Beasties.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm so pumped. Like, you know, I know it's cool to hate on Transformers now.
It's always been cool to hate on Transformers. Transformers has never been cool.
That's true. That's true. You got me there. You got me there. And when you're right, you're right.
It's always been some nerd shit.
And like we know the score with these movies are all kind of bad.
Yeah.
I mean that Bumblebee one is pretty cool.
That one was. I know what. I like that Bumblebee one. I'll say that.
It's good for a kids movie.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't recommend it to someone to be like,
yo, but the robots of the round table though. But the robots of the round table though.
Yeah.
It was Idris Elba Merlin or some shit? Who was Merlin in that?
I don't know.
He summoned fucking robots. It's so sick.
But yeah, so yeah, the next Transformers movie is gonna have Beast Wars stuff, and I'm so pumped. I think they had some sort of concept art for Optimus Primal as Robot Monkey. So
nice.
We'll see how that looks like.
Nice.
But yeah, that was like the thing that headlined my week, and I was like, oh my god! And then at the same time, they're like updating and releasing new Beast Wars toys in stores, and so I spent my week going out buying some.
Why?
And I was like, yo, this is good. Life is good.
I remember.
Life is good.
I remember these days.
Yeah. My girlfriend bought me Optimus Primal. She's like, surprise. And I'm like, oh my god.
How'd you know?
This is great.
I'm erect in a Toys R Us right now.
Yeah, basically. Let's go. I better put a ring on it now, you know?
Nice, hold on. Listen, you gotta wait. Hold
on. The other pick I had this week was Windows had a
update.
No.
When don't they? But dish. No,
they had a press conference regarding Windows 11. There's been scenes of it have been leaked, but they had a full sort of demonstration of Windows 11, and Windows 11 looks clean, is what I'll say.
Looks like a Mac.
Definitely looks like a Mac. I don't know how much. There's no way in hell it's gonna act like a Mac.
Is it a free upgrade from Windows 10?
I don't know. I don't know the details. The only detail that I really paid attention to was that it's actually gonna mimic the Xbox Series a lot more, specifically games.
Interesting.
In the way that, because I don't know. Oh, you don't have an HDR monitor.
No, I do not.
But HDR on Windows 10 is awful.
All right.
Like it's awful.
All right. Seems like I don't need it.
But well, you don't need it for like when you're browsing the internet and stuff, because the last thing you want is like you're browsing a web page and the sides are white and those are like burning your eyes.
Yeah, yo, what if I get like fucking Michael Bay Bloom
yeah,
just on my
like,
Google?
Like you don't want that, trust me.
Right.
But the thing is, it's great in video games. So like one of the big things they're doing is auto HDR, so it'll recognize as opposed to switching. Yeah, but they're basically gonna bring a lot of the UI features from Xbox to the PC, and so like yeah, I guess your PC will be your like it's just coming together now, right?
Okay.
So, yeah, but it's the next Windows. You know, don't upgrade early. That's my opinion, because you know everything just breaks. But otherwise, looks cool. Looks like a new Windows.
Yeah,
I like it. I'm into it, and
DirectX 12 Ultimate.
Yeah, that's
thing.
That is a thing they said. I think the last one I had was it's anime related. One of my most favorite games is getting an animated series. Can you guess which game?
I'm just gonna close this tab.
Oh, you know which one.
Click.
You know which one.
Close tab.
What a surprise. I have no idea why it's coming, but Final Fantasy IX is getting an animated series.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know. Who asked for this? I don't know.
So apparently my friend was saying that the group doing this, Cyber Group Studios, they do a lot of kid shows, like specifically children's shows.
Oh, and 9 looks like a child's game.
Yeah. So it's, but the thing is like the story of 9 is
Anything but.
anything but.
Yes.
Anything but.
Yeah. Okay, I guess that makes sense. But it's just so weird just because 9 is regarded as like, I wouldn't call it the black sheep. That's more like 5, Final Fantasy 5. But 9 is definitely, of the PS era Final Fantasies, 9 has always been the one people like to shit on the most, I think.
Yeah.
So it is weird that that's getting an animated series, but I'm all for it. I love 9.
So I don't know why they would just make
Best FF, you know?
why would they make it out of the worst one?
Wow.
Wow. No, I can't even say that's a good.
Straight disrespect.
From what I've played, it's a pretty good game.
It's very good. It's like 6. Just 3D.
A little bit worse than 6.
Some would say it's better.
Some would say they'd be wrong.
Sakaguchi, the father of
the Gooch,
Final Fantasy.
the Gooch,
the cleric.
He say that he's like his magnum opus.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Like
it's too bad that the best Final Fantasy is 12, but you know, it's crazy. You know, the one that's not made by the Gooch and the one that doesn't have a soundtrack by fucking.
Umatsu.
Yeah, Umatsu. Or whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah. Uematsu.
Yeah, no, just it's the worst.
I didn't think about that. Yeah, 12 does not have a soundtrack by him. That's right.
That's my hipster pick. I'm going back to Paul's question.
Wow.
I liked Final Fantasy 12 before it was cool. It's still not cool.
I was gonna say, I think both our Final Fantasies are still regarded as not cool.
True. You know, that's our solidarity. That's our solidarity.
Oh, that's why we're friends.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I know that you like 9, but I like 12, and even though they're like, listen, they're polar opposites. They both are shit on by the greater Final Fantasy community. So it's like the enemy of my enemy.
Yeah, because it's always 6 and 7. Yeah. It's just like idiots.
Dumb idiots.
All right, I think those are my major picks this week.
Okay, so my picks minus Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Apex Legends has got a new event called the Genesis event.
It does.
They are doing a couple things. Obviously, they're bringing out new cosmetics. It seems like they're taking certain characters and bringing them back to their origin state, or it seems like whatever like their parents would have been, right? Because it shows that like 70 years ago, Pathfinder was made in order to protect like whatever their fucking gravity energy bullshit is.
Yeah.
And on the plaque where it's like the scientist that died, it's like Gibraltar, fucking what's his not Echo, the Korean guy.
Oh, Crypto.
Crypto's like family name is in there too and shit. So it's like what their parents would have been maybe. That kind of stuff.
I guess that's a connection.
And so they have a lot of costumes where they're like much younger. So like Crypto has a full head of hair and he's not a fuckboy. Bangalore's just straight space gear, army decked out, stuff like that. But the bigger announcement, and the one I care about more, is that they are bringing back OG Kings Canyon. Like original release Kings Canyon.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh, and they're bringing back Season 3 World's End.
I didn't play Season 3 World's End.
Yeah, neither did I. But yeah, Season 0 Kings Canyon, mwah, that's a good map.
Yeah, I think that's when we were both into Apex at the most.
Yeah, it does have like the added benefit of it being like the first thing.
Yeah, I remember when that came out. I was like, this game is sick.
But that map is so good. Yeah, oh my god, hell yeah.
It is good.
So I'm pretty excited for that. And man, I think I've been playing more Apex than I've ever played recently. I got to level 50 in the battle pass recently.
Damn.
So if I get to 75, I'm gonna just buy the super bonus pass and get to 100 immediately and say fuck it.
Dang, that's well.
Yeah, and I get the best gun in the game, baby. I get the 6th skin for the Spitfire.
Is that what they are at the end?
At the end, it's the 2 evolving skins for the Spitfire. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Because at the end of every battle pass, it's the evolved skins. So the more kills you get with it, the more shit it does.
Because the only thing I'm trying to get to in that battle pass right now is the Valkyrie skin where she has like the floral outfit.
Isn't that like 60s or 70s?
Yeah, I think I'm just before 50. I'm at like 47 or something. So.
All right.
But yeah, because
Yeah, there's also a whole bunch of like balance patches and stuff. Like they're fixing lifeline hitboxes. They're decreasing Revenant silence and stuff like that, and they slim down his hitbox. So you can go in there and there was apparently a huge buff to Watson. Like she
Tell me more.
she can place more than one Nessies on the map at the same time.
Oh,
That's the major buff.
I mean,
It's literally an emote. It's not a buff. It's literally an emote.
okay.
But yeah, so there's a whole bunch. Like, if you want to be a numbers nerd about it, you can go look all that shit up. But they're bringing back OG Kings Canyon. That's what matters.
The story and messaging behind Apex, man, I don't know why, but every time I look at their stuff, I'm like, they're really trying to out Overwatch on this shit.
Yeah, and they're doing it.
I guess so, because Overwatch kind of died.
Yeah, Overwatch kind of sucked. They announced 2, and it took all the steam out of it.
Yeah,
And then they're like, Steam's like Overwatch 2's coming in like 2030. It'll be great.
Yeah, so yeah.
Speaking of games that don't exist,
Oh god, here we go.
Harada, Tekken CEO, basically the director of Tekken, came out, and he mentioned that 11 years ago now this was announced. Tekken X Street Fighter is officially dead.
You mean because we didn't realize that?
Yeah, but now you got like confirmation from the Tekken dude.
That's sad.
Yeah.
That was the one I think everyone was looking forward to.
So he mentioned that they got about 30% done.
So not much.
And it kind of fucking sucks because like so many artists worked on it, and he says it was going to be, they expected it to be a pretty good game.
They're like, it was going to be the greatest.
It was going to be pretty sick.
Of
And
course.
They actually reused a lot of the animations and assets that they were going to do for that game in Tekken 7 when they released Akuma.
Oh.
So like that Akuma character is kind of like what that game would have been, type of thing. So that kind of sucks, but yeah, it was originally announced in 2010, July 2010.
I remember.
That's wild.
I remember because I bought the other one.
Tekken X, or Street Fighter X Tekken.
Street Fighter X Tekken.
That game fucking sucks. The gem system.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that game's bad.
But it was so cool to play as your Tekken characters, all like Street Fighter style.
Yeah. You know what? There needs to be more versus games.
Yeah.
Like just outside of Marvel vs. Capcom. Just more versus games should be cool.
Yeah.
The Atlas just needs to make a crossover of all their shit.
Yeah.
They already got the Persona fighting games. Just do like, I want to play as Jack Frost with a fucking Persona 3 MC assist.
Wait, didn't they do that with, what was there? Well, oh, that was the Arc Systems crossover game.
Cross tag battle or whatever.
Oh yeah,
that game sucks.
Was it BlazBlue? No.
It was Blaze Blue Cross tag battle. I think that's what it was. Yeah.
Okay.
And they had like Ruby in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ruby.
What happened? Is that still popular? And yeah, after the original creator died, I just kind of dropped off of that.
Monty Ohm?
Yeah, Monty Ohm. And then I was just like, well, this sucks. Valorant's getting a new agent.
Yes, I saw that.
He's a CS:GO character.
What?
Did you see what his flashbang is? You know how like everybody in this game has like a really unique flashbang? Like one is like an eagle, the other one's like curves a sun. You know what this guy's is?
What?
It's a flashbang grenade.
Oh, he just like popped.
He just got a flashbang grenade, and you can either chuck it or you can throw it like.
Oh, I see.
Like, see it?
So you're telling me he's the purest character?
He's the purest character. He's got a AoE silence that's fucking massive. Like he's got the Titanfall hack knife, and he throws the hack knife, and then wherever it hits a radius around there, you get hacked, and then you can't use your abilities.
That's awesome.
It's a wild character, but he's like the most traditional, it seems to me, to like that genre of video game.
So he's like we heard you CS:GO whiners, come play our game.
Yeah. Also, I think they're aping off of Apex a little bit.
Why?
Like he's a robot.
Oh,
and his name is KO.
I see.
KAY-O.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, you get your own ideas, bud. Get your own ideas, bud. What, are you gonna wall run in the next character? Come on. But yeah, and that's really it. Bright Memory Infinite had another trailer. I'm really looking forward to that game.
That game looks sick.
Looks really cool.
I just don't know if it's gonna be good.
I liked the proof of concept demo version that came out.
That was PC only, right?
That's PC only. It was like a paid demo. And that was really fun. I really enjoyed that. So if it's just more to that, then sure. But we'll see. We will see. And that's really my picks. Everything was announced last week. So.
Oh yeah, because of E3.
The E-Triple.
E-Triple.
The E-Triple.
Okay, well there was one more pick I forgot to talk about. I showed you a video about it. Fanatec, makers of the best. Okay, I won't say the best. There's different ones out there, but some good quality video game steering wheels.
Okay.
They have been in collaboration with Bentley, as
what?
in Bentley, the
Like,
car company.
The one all the rich oil princes buy to launder their money?
Yes. Now, Bentley competes in the GT3 championship, and they have a GT3 level Bentley Continental.
Okay.
And Fanatec wanted to make a steering wheel for the Bentley race car.
Mhm.
And they did it. The real gimmick behind the steering wheel is you could use it in that race car and on your sim rig. It is one and the same. It is not a...
Wait, okay, hold up. When I saw this go into a real car,
Yeah.
okay, I was like, cool, you can use it in your car. You're telling me you have to buy a racing steering column to use that wheel. You can't just be like, this is the one for the generic like Sparco wheel or whatever. It has to be the racing column.
Well, the thing is, you mean for your real car?
Yeah, so say I want to use that in my real car.
No. It has to be.
That's fucked up. Oh, that's way less cool. That's so lame now.
You wanted to put it in your regular car?
Yeah, like, you get a fucking Civic and then you put a new column in there.
But I think what you have to remember is, like, it doesn't matter. Like, whatever car you own nowadays, you would have to do that if you wanted to do any sort of wheel swap.
Yeah, but I'm saying that if you, like, there are obviously different levels of steering columns.
Oh, okay.
Right? If I just want to buy some, like, base level Ricer steering column that I would put a Sparco in.
Well, okay, so at the end of the day, all you gotta do is make sure you have the proper adapter.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
All right, and because Fanatec has announced they have a new quick release. It's called their QR2,
Mhm.
and they only made it, or they made it so that it resembled more of what a real car would use.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how they're doing it here. But yeah, so this is a real GT3 level steering wheel with a gigantic LCD in the middle that shows you all your race car information. It looks wild.
Not gonna lie, it's pretty fucking sick.
Like, it looks awesome. They have not announced a price, but I can't imagine that it will be anywhere near consumer affordable, because this is a real steering wheel. And from what I know about race cars and actual steering wheels, you're looking at anywhere from a 4 to 5 figure, I don't know, cost. So it ain't gonna be cheap.
Yeah.
I know Formula 1 steering wheels are like 30 grand. I don't think this is gonna be that, but it's probably somewhere in the... I would peg it at like $3,000.
So what you're telling me is that you took out a line of credit. And you're like, hey, I gotta bump up that credit score, might as well buy a wheel.
No, so like that, I thought that was cool. And then you mentioned Thrustmaster. Thrustmaster also this week announced their flagship racing wheel.
Mhm.
For the PS5. It's the TGT2, and it sucks. And I say this is because what Thrustmaster has done is they've taken technology that they've been using for the past 5 years, and they put a 2 on it. That's it. That's it.
All right.
I got nothing else to say about that.
All right.
So there you go.
Okay. My
Those were
week.
picks. Yeah. Go ahead.
No. Oh, sorry. That was just to your picks. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So we're going into our weeks. My week, I didn't do too much.
Oh, cute.
I played some more Guilty Gear Strive. They fixed the lobbies on the PC version.
Can you play with friends now?
So you can play on private rooms with friends now. I definitely I got the gamer rage back. That's for sure.
This is fun. I haven't seen those since the early days when we met. And we would all go to Blavin's, and his little brother would just...
he'd fucking dominate me.
Yeah. It's been so long since I've seen your gamer rage.
The gamer rage is back. And it's no bueno. But yeah,
like with friends or online?
With friends.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So like, Blavin will just come in and be like, "Hey man, you want to play some games?" I'll be like, "Yeah, sure."
We'll run some sets.
I'll run some sets. Yeah, whatever. Like I think it went 50-9.
No.
Yeah, but also if you look at like Steam played hours,
yeah,
homie has like 70 hours in the game. Like he is playing nonstop.
Yo, practice makes perfect.
Practice makes perfect. It's true. But honestly, I'm fucking done with Anji. Oh my god.
It's just not your character, right?
No, he is my character. He has to work so hard for so little.
All right.
There are so many other characters in the game that just do what he does, just strictly better.
So you went to Chip.
So I'm thinking about it, man. You know what? I'm thinking of just going all the way boss character, sole bad guy. Just straight up fuck any of this game. I'm just gonna play the boss character. I don't give a shit. Like, I'm thinking of just going all the way there because his combos look cool. All of his
Soul, like
his
Soul
fastest
is cool.
His fastest button is 3 frames. Anji's fastest button is double that, 6.
So you always lose.
He has no invincible reversal except for a super. And I'm just like, why am I even playing this character? What the actual fuck? And of course, like, guys, I understand, okay? Tier lists don't matter at the level I'm at, but also, fuck that shit. Why would I do this to myself? When I started Street Fighter V, I wanted to play Seth, and he happened to be one of the best characters in the game at the time, and I got a taste. I got a taste of what it's like to sit on top of the mountain.
And you want to get back.
I don't think I can go back. I don't think I can go back.
So who are you gonna play now?
I'm flipping between. So, like, I don't want to play Soul Bad Guy, but he has all of the options I would ever want. He's got a reversal uppercut. He's got a command grab.
He's got all the equipment.
He's got 2 anti-air buttons.
He's got the kit.
He's got the kit, right? And I'm like,
right.
oh shit. But like, Chip's got wall runs, and that looks sick as fuck.
I am 100% surprised you're not playing Chip.
He's so cool. He's so cool. But also, okay, when you hear the words Totsugeki,
yeah,
what do you think of?
Oh my god, where's that from?
It's from fucking May and her giant anchor riding dolphins into the opponent all day, every day. And I'm just like, she's got like one of the best themes in the game. Her ending victory screen is the best because it's her and her pirate crew. Yeah. She's got a giant anchor. That's sick. She rides a dolphin.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's just that the 2 characters I was actually most interested in playing are Leo Whitefang and May. But both of those characters are charge characters.
Oh.
And I hate charge characters.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think I ever watched you play charge.
I avoid charge characters like the fucking.
Like, you're not a Guile fan.
No.
You don't do the chunners.
No, I don't. So yeah, it's looking like maybe I'll play some Chip, but the Guilty Gear DLC has supposedly been leaked, been data hacked.
Ooh.
And so they have a couple characters coming in. 2 of them seem new, I think, gameplay wise. One is like a big American guy who carries around a coffin from Area 51.
Okay.
And apparently he's going to just like a big body. There's another guy who was like the bad guy in the story most recently. I forget his name. But one of the characters it looks like they're going to bring back, or rumored is going to bring back, is Jam, the Chinese kung fu restaurant owning pigtail girl.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
Jam's like Kutsa Debori. Her name is so long.
Yeah. Jam?
Just Jam. Jam.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
And she does the whole thing where she like charges up her kicks and stuff after Okies. And I'm like, if they bring back Jam, she is built for this kind of game. Like, she is built for wall splats. She is built for all that shit. So I'm just like, if they bring her back, I'm gonna just play Jam. I have the season pass.
Oh, you already bought the season pass?
I bought the ultimate edition, dog.
How much is this game? $119?
It's like $100.
Oh my!
Yeah, I went for it.
I was we were balling like that.
Yeah, neither did I. Neither did my credit card. But yeah, I was just like, if they bring back Jam, hell yeah, brother.
Okay,
I'm going for it. So it might be just like I'm gonna play a character in the interim until Jam gets announced. But yeah, I'm either looking at learning a charge character, which is like what. Or I'll just play Chip. I don't know. I don't know, Doc. Or maybe, you know what? Maybe I'll get frustrated. I'll just be like, fuck it. I'm gonna make Angie work. I'm gonna make it work, baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Soul Bad Guy, huh?
Soul Bad Guy, baby. Let me tell you about my fucking, what is it? 5 or standing, Far Slash. Yeah, 5SS. Oh my god, that movie. It's a standing slash. The second heaviest attack you can have on the game. That's plus on block.
Oh, really?
So if you block my standing normal, I could do it again. And it's a natural frame trap into itself. It's so dumb.
Oh, wow.
He
is the hero character.
He's the dumbest character.
No, he's the hero.
Yeah, he is the hero. It's true. It's true.
He's the bad guy.
They did say they made him strong on purpose. So... like, that came out. The director was like, we made him strong on purpose because we wanted Ryu to be strong. Like, new people would come to the game, play Ryu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Right?
So, yeah. I gotta change the way I play that game. If I'm playing with, like, people who are just way out of my league, I gotta limit the amount of games I'm playing. Because it comes to a point where it's like, yeah, you're so far ahead of me. I'm not learning anything, and also I'm not the type of person who, no matter how many times you lose, you'll be like, okay, at least I learned something. I'm not that person. I need to see my training come to fruition in some way. So like what happened at like when I raged that one night where it was just like I kept seeing patterns,
Yeah.
right? And then I would be like, okay, I see the pattern, and the next time the pattern shows up, I'm gonna punish it. But because like Blaven is so fucking far ahead of me, he has like 5 other patterns in the pocket. So I'm just as soon as I thought I had this one pattern out, the other pattern would come out that just counters the fact that I'm reacting to the other pattern.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, well, like I'm seeing it, but I'm not seeing myself actually get over it. So I'm like, there's no sense of accomplishment here, and it's just so infuriating. Right? I need to see something work for me to like be okay with it.
I see. Is he who's he play, Potemkin?
He plays Potemkin.
Okay.
He's grappler scum.
Yeah. Okay.
Homie eats paint.
With the air super?
With the air super. Listen, I'm not mad when I get hit by the air super, honestly, because
you gotta be like
every time I get hit by the air super, I'm like, that's on me, dog. That's on me. You know what? 100% read, that's on me.
Yeah.
But when he does that, like the off the ground invincible like barrier super, I'm like, fuck this character. Oh my god.
Oh, I'm glad you're having fun.
Yeah. So I need to change the way I practice. Playing a little bit more Apex. New ranked season started.
Yeah.
Like I said before, I'm like level 50 in the battle pass. I'm getting much better at that game. The sense stuff really helped. I think I'm almost close to like my perfect balance between steady aim and like whipping it around. So, and I'm getting more used to like forearm aiming.
Yep.
Which is really nice, and like I don't hear my wrist crack anymore, which is super good.
It's good.
But
I find that you run in a room sometimes.
Yeah, so I gotta like bring it over.
Yeah,
and shit
like
that.
Yeah, that's my. I remember that's one of the biggest issues moving to the PC was recentering myself after moving, because I'll be in firefights. Well, suddenly my arm is like either way out there or way
you
in.
Just punched your case,
and I'm like, what the hell? Yeah.
Yeah. So like getting used to that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm learning more about Apex. Just I am definitely like if I get the lock on somebody. Unless they got God movement, they are beamed. Yeah. It's pretty good. I've been going into training mode, learning a bunch of the spray patterns. Yeah. And I'm just fucking cheesing it, buddy. It is double LMGs all day, every day. Wow. Spitfire, Devotion, those are the only guns in the game.
Damn.
It does suck when you're getting like hit by a team of 3 charge rifles and you're like, shit. But when you get into that mid range or when you get to that close range, you're just like, I'm just gonna hold the Devo button down, and the turbocharger is gonna do its thing.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. And then I've been reading a manga called All Rounder Meguru. It is a MMA manga, or I guess more accurately, it's a shuto manga. It's a
shuto.
It's like a type of MMA, I guess.
Okay.
Apparently, it's different from mixed martial arts, but it's like pretty similar. I don't know. That's what they call it in the manga. Maybe it's the same thing. I don't know. Okay. But it's about this guy, Meguru, who he has like the childhood backstory is that him and a friend, like he grew up without parents, grew up with his grandmother, and when he kept getting beat up as a kid, him and his friend were just like, we shouldn't be weak. We should take karate. We should learn self-defense, and we should be strong, right? And eventually years pass and their friends go their separate ways, and he starts taking up Shuto, or mixed martial arts, basically. And it's all about him learning mixed martial arts in a very realistic environment. There's no superpowers, there's none of that. It's very grounded in reality. And the cool thing about this manga is that the main character is good at nothing. Like, he does not excel at anything.
He has nothing going for him.
But he is the like Japanese embodiment of, if I practice, I'll get good.
There. Yeah.
I excel at absolutely nothing. But I am the all-rounder. I'm pretty good at everything.
Yeah.
And because I take training so seriously and practicing so seriously, it's cool. But it's very classic like fighting manga. It reminds me a lot of like mid-2000s stuff. And it's kind of weird because like the main character, the manga isn't great at anything, right? Because there's no
Okay.
Like it is actually no. I'll take that back. It is really good at explaining the nuances of MMA.
Yeah.
Like, why would you want to take the back in this situation? How would you escape an armbar or an ankle lock out of any situation? And they go really in depth. It's even more so than like if you're watching a UFC fight and you have commentators.
Yeah.
Like, because it's anime, you're able to freeze time kind of, and then like
Okay.
they'll tell you like, oh, like I can't believe he got out of this leg lock. That was a really good move because you would want to do this, right? And they actually like tell you the intricacies of MMA and like ground grappling. But uh also because it's so grounded in reality, there's no like, oh man, this guy's got his special move, right? Like the moon's in the right position so he can like the unbreakable armbar or whatever. Right? Everybody's just a real person with their own strengths and weaknesses, and people get injured, they show how dangerous the sport can be and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, nothing to me really shouts out like, holy shit, read this. Like, I'm not gonna go to you and be like, holy crap, go read this, but I can't stop reading it. It's just consistently good.
Cool.
So I really enjoy it. I don't know if there's been an anime for it, but yeah, all rounder Meguru. It's pretty good.
Sounds neat.
And then other than that, at school, we've gotten to the abridged. We're done with the Iliad. Fuck Achilles, he's a bitch.
Yep.
He lived fast, died fast, Blaze of glory, went out. Now it's all about the Odyssey. It's all about Odysseus. Bro, Odysseus is a fucking pimp. Dude sacks Troy, and still, like, on his way home, he's just like, I could go for some more adventure.
Mm-hmm.
We can go fight some Cyclopses. We can go.
You can do that shit, yeah.
I could spend a year in Circe's house and just like have sex and drink wine and eat food for a year. Fuck it, I don't give a shit. Like, Odysseus is so cool. Like the Odyssey. So I tried to read the Odyssey a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And people said like the Odyssey is cool because like the main character is more of like a tactician. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll read that over like Achilles, who's just like, I'm gonna run into battle and fuck everybody up because I'm Achilles.
Okay.
But the first 25% of the Odyssey, which is why I gave up the book, is just centered around Odysseus' son. And he's like in the slave trade, and I swear to God, I'm not fucking with you. Like, the first 20% of the book is a bunch of people and gods telling Odysseus' son, bro, your dad Odysseus, fucking baller. He's so sick. You're never gonna equate to anything he did ever. And I'm like, bro, just stop shitting on this kid. Just get to the fucking story. Right? And so I gave up. But like these abridged versions we're reading for school, it's pretty cool. It turns out like to be a tale of revenge. Right? Like he eventually gets because he starts fucking with the gods. He's a half son of Zeus, like most big characters are.
Yeah, of course.
And he starts fucking around with different people. And yeah, it turns into a story of revenge at the end, and like the ethics of revenge and stuff like that, which I really enjoy.
Yeah.
And yeah, like these abridged versions are a much easier way to get into it than just reading the full translation.
Right.
Because bro, those Greeks, they are descriptive. Mamma mia. They just like will go on for paragraphs about like a grape. And they're like, this grape was given by the gods, and its luscious, succulent, glistening skin reflected in this. It's like, fuck off, dude. I don't care. Who cares about a grape? Let's go. Hurry up. So yeah, but it's turning out to be a really interesting class. So I'm glad I took it.
That's good.
Yeah, but I think the thing I wanted to get to is it's crazy to see, now experiencing it firsthand, just how many stories are just carbon copies of these stories. Like, not in terms of like what happens, but in terms of structure.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like the whole hero's journey thing, the starting off cocky, realizing your garbage, training arc, coming back a new man, like that kind of like rotation, and like how many stories throughout history, throughout time, are just those structures repackaged with a different thing, different power, different look.
Yep.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And also, like, man, fuck the gods. Those guys suck. Greek gods are trash. I don't know why any of these people are like worshiping gods at all. They don't do anything.
Because they're gods.
They don't do. Man, there was like one in the last chapter of the like it was like well not one of the last chapters, but it was Achilles fighting this guy Hector, and they went back to the heavens, and Zeus was like, "Oh man, Hector's gonna get fucked up. I love that guy. He gives me like sacrifices every day, like on the money. Zeus, you gonna do anything about it? Nah, I'm gonna just chill." It's like, bro, what the like? Why are you sacrificing all this time to these gods when they give you nothing? Like absolutely nothing. So, bunch of losers.
Oh, that's good.
Kill the bourgeoisie, kill the gods. Kratos was right.
Yeah, I guess so.
Kratos was
Put
right,
it that
man.
way,
I don't
yeah.
know what to say.
For sure.
So yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's my week.
Nido Bandito. I'm only gonna talk about one anime, and that is Dynazenon.
Did it finish?
SSS. It's over.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna say anything other than it was awesome. If you like Gridman, it was awesome. They've announced the third.
Oh, damn. Okay.
The third.
These are popular.
Would you like to know what it's called?
Is it more? How many? Is it more or less syllables?
It's more.
Oh my god! All right, I wouldn't even have a guess.
It's Gridman Cross Dynazenon.
Oh, okay. All
But I
right.
guess I should say it's SSSS.
S
Gridman
and
Cross.
is Dynasty.
Yeah.
Cross SSSSS.
Yeah, something like that. So that's the third one.
All right. So wait, is Dynazenon like a bad guy?
No, he's a good guy.
Okay, so are they gonna team up?
You'll have to watch.
I guess I'll have to watch. I liked Gridman a lot. I'll probably have to watch Dynazenon eventually.
I mean, some characters from Gridman do show up in Dynazenon.
All right.
And then you see what happens.
And you're like, whoa! All right.
And you're like, damn, where's that toy?
Where's that? I gotta pose this different. It looks sick as fuck.
Yeah. So it's it's sick. It's sick. Can't
All
wait
right.
for next year's iteration. So that's cool. Yeah, I said I beat Mass Effect 2 last week. Mass Effect 2 is good. But I started Mass Effect 3.
The best one.
I think so.
All right.
Mass Effect 3 is awesome. It is. I honestly forgot that this game was out on the PS3/Xbox 360.
I still got that PS3 Collector's Edition thing.
Yeah, I forgot about that because you put this game up. I don't know if it's just the Legendary Edition, but I could have swore like it looks like a PS4 game. Like
Okay.
Like it.
That was also End Life PS3.
It was. You're right. It is End Life PS3. So like yeah, they were doing things. The game looks awesome, especially 4K HDR. Wicked. It is perfect. Yeah, Mass Effect 3. The way that game was like. It is definitely the end of the trilogy because they took all the best parts of the first two games and they're like, let's mash them together. As in, like one of the things I never liked about Mass Effect 2 was that there's really no story in Mass Effect 2. Like the story is literally come back from dead, build a team, suicide mission.
Wasn't it? But wasn't there more to do with like the fucking elusive man and stuff? And...
Yeah, he was your benefactor.
Oh, he was just like the quest giver.
Yeah,
I swore there was more to that, but I guess
no.
not.
He's
Yeah.
like, here's the people to go find, see if they can go on your team. You got a good enough team, go fight the collectors.
All right.
Like that's all Mass Effect 2 is.
That's
Don't get me
wild.
wrong, I love Mass Effect 2, but it is definitely the TV series of the three,
All right.
where it's like there is a running story,
Mhm.
but every episode is here's a new character, here's a new character, here's a new character,
All right.
loyalty missions.
Loyalty. Oh yeah.
Mass Effect 3 is here's impending doom,
Mhm.
and build the resources to stop it. So it feels like there's way more on the line, and all the mission structures are way more varied now.
Mhm.
I forgot about that. I always thought in my head that 2 and 3 kind of played similarly, but they don't. Like 3 is 100%. We just gave you the controls to an actual third person shooter
Mhm.
and layer like it is more. It's strange. Like I guess gameplay wise, is it the least RPG of the three? Yes, and yet it's also the most RPG because it offers the most customization for your characters. So it's weird in that sense. But yeah, it's been a wild ride thus far. I think I'm like a third of the way through. I've had a couple characters die on me,
Mhm.
and that's been kind of sad. But oh well.
Wait, like on purpose? I thought you knew every.
No,
every choice possible in that game.
I do know all the choices, but like I forgot. Like 3 is the one that I've played the least. I've only played it once.
Okay.
Like when it came out. Like I
Alright.
never played it after that, and I also never played the DLC for 3.
There was DLC for 3?
There was a
That
lot.
wasn't multiplayer DLC?
There's a lot of DLC for
Okay.
3 that I've never touched. So a lot of it is a bit new to me, and it's cool to have.
I think I managed to get through that game without killing anybody.
Like some people, like I think they always die, but it's either you choose to kill them
Yeah.
or and the circumstances are different as opposed to them just actually dying. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's been good.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm loving that. And then I spent a lot of my mornings playing Apex, doing a lot of arenas,
Mhm.
just practicing my gunplay.
You're a Mozambique main now?
Oh man, first round pick, I always pick the scout.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I know everyone goes in with the alternator or whatever, the
Yeah,
auto
yeah,
pistol.
Yeah.
I go with the scout.
The RE45 or whatever.
Yeah, I go with the G7 and just pick you off from away. I just find that's my preferred play style in the start of the rounds.
Alright.
And then flatline after that. Flatline all the way. I'm done.
Bro, Spitfire.
I can't afford the Spitfire.
Yeah, you can.
It's too
It's
expensive.
just like 50 more.
No, it's too much. That goes to my Granado.
Alright.
And then I delved into deep research into sim racing. I watched a lot of YouTube videos, read a lot of articles, visited a lot of different stores, and I've decided that I'm going to go whole hog and do the whole racing sim thing. So I bought a rig and I bought a wheel, and they are on the way, and hopefully I will get to talk about them at some point in the future. What I ended up deciding on was like there's different levels of setups you can do.
Mhm.
At the base level, a lot of people just clamp a steering wheel to their desk,
Yeah.
hook it up to the PC, and go. The next step up is like this thing called like a play seat. It looks like a deck chair with a table on it and I think a pedal deck.
Yeah.
They're like a couple $100. They're really foldable and portable. Like you can put them in your closet when you're not using them.
Yeah.
And the next step up from that is like it's kind of like a dedicated unit. Like I was looking at different ones. They look like steel tubed structures, and I don't know. I think one I was looking at was like the GT Omega Art.
When you say steel tube structures, I'm imagining like you remember the light gun games in Palladium that had like the roof, like you were in like a car or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
imagining that.
Yeah. So no.
Okay.
I guess yeah. Technically, it's like a roll cage, but only the bottom. So like a place for a seat and like a mount for your wheel and stuff. And those are good. Those are really good. That's what most people end up going with. If you stay within the mid-range steering wheel stuff.
Okay.
But I know me, and I'm like at the end of the year, I know I want to go full on direct drive, like I talked about the Fanatec wheels, and like every research.
You gonna hook it up to your race car?
Yeah. and every bit of article I've read just because like you can get away with like those what I just talked about, those kind of rigs, but at the end of the day, what you want is like a industrial 80-20 aluminum rig.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, well, what's that? And they look like bars of aluminum that they've just set up to mimic a car position.
So like we can go down to the steel. We got a steel factory downtown. We can go down, get some aluminum bars if you want.
No, but like there's a specific ones and the way that they're cut and whatnot, and they have holes pre-drilled and stuff and everything that fit all equipment and stuff. So I researched that, and the best ones that I found were this place called SimLab. They're based in Europe, and they outfit the official Mercedes Formula One team stuff or the Driver Academy stuff.
Okay.
Like they have different tiers and levels, but it turned out to be like the rig, just the bars of metal was it starts at around $600.
Yep.
And goes to 1,000. But if you want a seat, that's at least another $400. Okay. But this is all coming from Europe, and unfortunately, shipping is not cheap, so it ends up being like a $1,500 proposition, which is a lot when you consider that's not the wheel.
Think of it this way.
Yeah.
All of that is still less than 3090.
Oh yeah, it's
right.
True.
Think of it that way.
Yeah. So like it's very expensive. So I researched around, and it turns out there's a company in Quebec, Canada, who are doing the exact same thing, almost the exact same product, only they've got their own patent stuff.
Yeah.
Same sort of things. But the difference is they're made here in Canada and they're priced for the Canadian market.
Okay. So it's like how we get a better deal on like Secret Labs chairs because we're like right where the manufacturing is.
Well, they have they have something like that. But they have theirs that they released and they have multiple tiers, and so I was like, okay, I'll get this. It's called Advanced Sim Racing. They have the ASR 6,
Okay.
4, and 3. The 6 is the one that like you put in a professional setting, like a commercial setting.
Yeah.
The cool thing about this company is theirs are made to work with D-Box, so you can also buy D-Box from them.
Ooh.
And the whole thing's motion setup, but D-Box starts at like $5,000, and I'm like, nope,
do it.
Can't do
Get
that.
there.
No, can't do that. So I went with the ASR 3. I went with a bucket seat. And it's coming, and it's supposed to ship tomorrow. So.
Okay.
Maybe I'll have it next week, maybe I won't. And then for the wheel, my wheel option, the Fanatec wheel I want doesn't come out till October. I think I talked about it a couple weeks ago, the DD, the CSL DD.
Yeah.
That doesn't come out until the end of the year. So in the meantime, I was looking at another wheel just to hold me over. I was looking at a Thrustmaster 300 something. There's different variants of this wheel. The coolest one is the 300 Ferrari Alcantara, which is basically a Ferrari wheel that's wrapped in Alcantara. It looks really cool.
What's Alcantara?
Like the suede sort of material.
Oh, okay.
It's really nice, but the thing is, like, if you do that, if you have sweaty hands, it's really bad because it wrecks the material. So, whatever. It retails here in Canada for $6.99. For some reason, Amazon had a weird price. I don't know if it was a sale or if it was just a mispriced thing. Thing. It went on for $249.
Oh,
Canadian. So from $700 to $250.
That's
so I
pretty
hit
good.
buy
Immediately.
Yeah. The thing is, I hit buy, but it says temporarily out of stock. You can buy now, and we'll send you the date when it goes. It still hasn't updated that they have it in stock, so
Okay.
I don't know if I'll actually get it. But I guess we'll see what happens. It's from the official Thrustmaster store, and it's fulfilled, and it is from Amazon. So like, it's not like I'm dealing with a third party. So I just don't know what they're gonna do with that.
Okay.
So hopefully that's gonna come in. And then yeah, so that's the setup I'm looking at right now. It's PlayStation and PC compatible. At the top of the show, we said the Steam sale was on. I bought a couple racing games because they go on sale for like $4, which is wild. So.
$4?
Yeah, like $4, $5, $6. Like, granted, iRacing originally came out in 2008. Assetto Corsa, like 2014. So like they're not super new, but they are what everyone in this community plays. So, yeah, that's more or less like it's kind of taken up, like this research bit has just been taking up my whole week. Like I just really delved deep and tried to figure out everything, and I wanted to make sure I got everything before, just so that I made one purchase. Because like I was thinking about like, what if I start at the low end and then work my way up, and I'm like, no, I know myself, I'm just gonna end up at the high end at some point. So I was like, I'll just do it at the top.
Also imagine like making sure everything's correct now is like, especially for these type of things, because they're such big, like bulky purchases, returning them and like all that should be even more of a pain in the ass than like clothes.
Yeah, I absolutely. So like, oh, and the cool thing about the rig I bought is they offer free shipping. So I was like, sick.
Nice.
I was like, because so I've seen what the packages look like. They basically, someone shows up at your door with a truck and they just hand you gigantic boxes of aluminum bars.
Nice.
And you're like left to your own device.
And they give you a welder.
And like I've read online, people are like, oh man, this took me like 10 hours to assemble. But then they also have the caveat that like, I'm not a handy person. Like I don't know how to use a screwdriver. I'm like, okay, so if you're competent, it should take you around
half an hour.
Like no, maybe like an hour or two. I think the biggest issue for me will be like if I do end up putting a screen on one of these things, that I probably need a second body, because I don't know if I could screw and hold a TV at the same time. So like, but otherwise that's something I'm not going to think about right now, because I've also looked at ultra wide monitors for this rig, because I know people like to run the triple monitor setup, but I've always hated it.
So what, Samsung Odyssey, that whatever that one was?
49-inch wide.
Absolute monster. Oh my god.
It probably won't be that one though.
Why not?
Because Samsung actually has a tier below. It's like the same size, but
Right.
it doesn't do 240 hertz
Then why even mine it?
because it's a racing game. It's not. You don't need anything above 60.
Yo, you need 240 hertz for the
For
racing.
what?
For I don't know, peeking around corners.
My
You're
God.
you're the first to react on a crash.
No, man, like that stuff doesn't matter. And because I've been doing all the research and like, nah, you need 60 hertz max.
You need 1 millisecond lag, 240 hertz.
Yeah, they're like response time you need, but like you do not need the 360 hertz refresh rate. Like no one needs that.
But what if you had it?
No.
All right. Okay.
So, yeah, because yeah, the Samsung does make a step down from the G949, and it's super affordable. Well,
Super
I
affordable.
say affordable
Right.
because the the Samsung Odyssey G9 is like $2,000 here.
Yeah.
The step down is like $700. So, it's
All right.
like it's less than half, and what you're missing out on is, yeah, the super fast res. So, and I think HDR, but that's okay. But yeah, like I'm pretty pumped. You know, Formula One's coming out in a couple weeks, and I'm psyched. I don't know. Oh, the thing I should say is the bucket seat I bought. It's a size medium, and it clearly specifies dimensions that can fit in it.
Okay.
And so, like, it's kind of my motivation to like, you can't get fat.
Shut up, you fucking. You're worried about getting fat, Mister. I'm a bike 100 kilometers a day.
The seat has a measurement that says if your waist is above 33 inches, you cannot fit.
I can't fit in that chair. I'm
They're
a
like,
34.
If you're above, I think it's if you're above 6 feet, you can't fit.
I'm just on the cusp.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, it doesn't matter because I'm like, oh, because the seat. There's an option to buy it with seat rail, so it slides back and forth and like can adjust position.
Yeah.
And I opted to get none of that
Why not?
because I wanted to be like, this is my rig. It's gonna be to
Oh,
me only.
You a bitch.
Who fucking cares?
All right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
You know what's gonna happen now?
what?
The girlfriend's gonna come over and she'll be like, "I want to try."
Yeah, she can sit in my position.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be optimal.
Whatever. She's gonna have to look over the steering wheel.
It's not gonna be optimal for racing.
Who cares? Whatever. I'll just put Mario Kart on.
All right.
But yeah, no, she's excited to sit in a bucket seat. That's what she told me.
Just get her a bucket. Pop her in there.
Yeah,
Get a
so,
garbage can
yeah.
from the garage.
I am excited, and I was like, yo, what if I start streaming my racing career?
You could do it.
Yeah, because I got caught up in watching a lot of YouTubers in the sim racing world.
Just
I'm like,
live in
man,
your
this looks
shed?
fucking awesome. Yeah, Jimmy Broadbent. I was
Yeah.
like, he did it, and now he's racing real cars.
I could do it.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, but I don't got a shed. Or
You,
do
you
I?
could do Formula E.
That'd be fun.
You're too old for Formula One,
Yeah, you're right. I
but
know.
you got other formulas you
Yeah,
can get to. You can
for
go
sure.
IndyCar.
Oh, I should go NASCAR. Those guys are racing like 40. Jimmy Johnson is 45,
Hell yeah!
and he's still racing.
We gotta go running, brother.
Jeez,
Let's
man.
go, Merca.
Damn. But yeah, that's my week, and I'm pretty excited. So hopefully next week I have something to update on that front.
Bro, you know what I forgot I did this week?
Take a shit.
I watched hockey.
Oh, because the
watching.
cup is on.
The cup is on, and I've been watching Montreal versus Vegas. Bro, those guys are not just crooks inside their own city. Holy fuck. This is the most blatant, like, one-sided reffing I've ever seen in a hockey game. Right? And I only started watching because I kept going to Reddit, and every single time they were playing, front page, bro, what the fuck are these calls? Holy shit. I'm like, okay, hockey people complaining. Then I asked my dad, and he's like, no, it is a sight to behold. Right? And now everyone's just like, bro, they want Vegas to win because if Vegas goes on in the Stanley Cup, that's millions of dollars, billions of dollars for Vegas casinos. Like, they're paying off the refs and shit. I'm going to show you.
I thought you were gonna talk about soccer, but okay.
No. Fuck the Euro Cup. Who gives a shit?
Whoa! My Italian heritage is hurt.
Who fucking
We be
cares?
winning.
So I'm going to show you a play,
Okay.
and I want you to look at it and say, does this deserve a penalty?
Okay.
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 It is for people listening, it is the parry high sticking
Okay.
play. So here it goes, skating around.
Yeah.
Boom. Just golf clapped him in the nose.
Oh, whoa! He just like a kendo stick.
Yeah, like it was a fucking
Sword.
samurai sword. just straight into.
Whoa! Let me see that again. Let me see
So
that again.
1, 2, boom. Just golf club to the face. Does that deserve a penalty?
I think so.
That play didn't happen, apparently. No penalty was called, but it was severe enough where they had to
Stop
the game to clean the blood off the ice.
Are you kidding?
But no penalty. So right now, Montreal is in the they're at the end of regulation in game 6, tied 2-2, but they're up in the series by 1 game. I'm not someone who is invested in sports at all.
Yeah.
I want Montreal to win so fucking badly. Holy shit.
That's wild.
And those are the type of plays that have been happening. Like people getting cross-checked into the board. Remember that one game where that guy got fucking smoked?
Yeah.
That's this series.
Oh, is that this?
This is this series.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like I want Vegas to lose so badly. Oh my god. It's crazy.
But
it's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. That's tough.
They shouldn't have let Vegas have a team, man. Their money's too strong. They're paying off the refs.
Damn.
It's nuts.
Wicked. Well, go hockey.
Go hockey.
Go hockey, I guess. I don't know. I got no dog in this fight.
What are you talking about? You're Canadian. You gotta go for the Canadiens.
Do I?
Yeah, not really.
Yeah.
I live in Toronto and I fucking hate the Leafs. They're a bunch of bums.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Yeah, sure.
Leafs fucking suck.
All right. Well, that's it for us this week. You know, that was another one. Another entertaining episode of the
Hell
Three
yeah.
Nerds in the Basement.
Hell yeah. And if it wasn't entertaining, fuck you.
Okay, thanks. Bye.